Hello. Munofara ere tukingamidza mufaro nekudzoka kwamaita pachannel yenyu. Munoziva aiwa channel ndio iya ka yegore iya inoputisa aiwa inovhura hombe inobudisa chokwadi kana fast detector. Okay, takagara nyaya iri panapa aiwa nyaya iri kupisa, nyaya iri kupopota tanyatsotegeta kuigira information yakakwana kwete zvezvo zvekutanzi kumbonongirwa kana kutasiyana aiwa itinova information neyakazara kuti nyika. Nice. Okay, tani nyaya na president Nelson Chamisa aiwa sekuzakainokuzva vakasiya kubato CCC. Saka nyaya iri panapa payakamira yakadai so mukomana azoti aiwa rege aita vhidhiyo ataurewo akwanisa kuudza mhuri yeZimbabwe kuti zvakamira sei pamadhei aya kuti zviri kufamba sei kuitira kuti vanhu vadzikamise hana kuzi vanhu vazhinji vakanga vakutanga kuluza hope saka vakabva vati aiwa rege tivaratidze kuti nyaya iri kuenderera mberi nyaya haina kumira. Okay, tisingadi kuwanza edu munamatisadza vachipora aiwa rege ndikunzwisei Nelson Chamisa vachitaura vachititaurira ivo pachavo vachikuudzai kuti zvakamira zvakaita sei. Okay, vhidhiyo racho randikutsani apa ndeiri. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Realize that your cattle pen has been invaded by cattle rustlers. You just need to walk away with your cattle to secure them. I'm not walking away from the citizens of Zimbabwe. I'm walking away from a poisoned chalice. There are many other wells. There are many other sources of water. There are many other vehicles and platforms that could be and should be used. So we are taking a new way, a fresh approach, a new start. In fact,
ndifunga muri kumunzwa mukomana ari kutaura aiwa kaizika kune vaya vanga vakuluza hope. Please musalose hope. Murume ari kuziva paakatsika uyu aiwa zvinoperera ipapo isusu tinoda kunyatsonzwa isusu tinoda kunyatsopendengura kuti nyaya iri kufamba sei. Okay, inzwai futi
against our own will and against our own intention, but because we have seen that Mr. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF are now abusing institutions of the state, in particular Parliament, the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, and in some circumstances even our own courts, because they are now contaminating our courts with their politics. That has necessitated what we are doing. We don't want to be forced into a dance, dancing to the tune of a dictatorship, dancing to the tune of Mr. Mnangagwa, recalling our members of parliament. After recalling those members of parliament, stopping them and barring them from then participating, because he knows that in the arena of elections, he has no support. Just as he was rejected on the 23rd of August 2023 election, they want to continue to ward off that rejection by avoiding the votes and the voters. So because of that, we have to make sure that we make a bold stand, a bold move. As you know, leaders must take a stand. And we've taken that stand to say, how do we break that new ground? How do we then make sure that, although the past is broken, how do we make sure that we bring in for you to be recalled, there has to be the consent and assent of the Speaker of Parliament, of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, and of course, in cases where there's a dispute, endorsement by the courts. Now, because these institutions are to a greater extent connected to Mr. Mnangagwa, they are the ones that have accepted Mr. Chabang. So it's not a CCC matter. It's not a CCC issue or a citizens of Zimbabwe issue. It's a Mr. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF issue. It is their cake, they must eat it. It is their bed, they must lie on it. You must not confuse Nelson or Emerson. Mr. Mnangagwa is the one who has a credibility crisis, not Nelson Chamisa. He is the one who is the author of all these things. The hijacking of the MDCT, the hijacking of the MDC Alliance, the hijacking of the CCC. And you know what the beauty is? The people of Zimbabwe are very clear. That's why they continue to support us. The base is not moved. The base is actually energized and emboldened. The people of Zimbabwe are clear that ours is a noble and legitimate fight against dictatorship and oppression. And ours is a fight that is going to be won. That's why I told you that the direction we are taking is a direction that is going to give Zimbabweans a fresh smile. They support. There's no credibility crisis. If anything, they know that the more I'm being fought by forces of darkness, the more I'm being confirmed as a force of light. The more they fight me, the more they validate. It's very clear, and I'm not going to be shaken. I know that I carry the will of the people of Zimbabwe. I have their trust and confidence. That's why they support us. And that's why the dictatorship is fighting, using all manner of tactics, weapons, everything, machinery, all against an individual. That tells you a story, isn't it?
Mr. Chamisa, let's conclude the conversation. Are you starting yet another political entity? If so, when?
Well, I must say that now, because I've told you that once bitten, twice shy, we are a lot wiser. I've seen that the leopard cannot and is not changing its spots. I've seen that the crocodile has not changed and has not shed its scales. So for that reason, we are going to have different approaches. So forming parties may not necessarily be the approach, but I can tell you that the citizens' movement is going to be emboldened, is going to be strengthened and deepened organically to make sure that the citizens of Zimbabwe have a fighting chance. So yes, not an organization per se or an institution. What we need is a broad omnibus, almost like a movement, a citizens' movement that is all-encompassing, but that focuses on making sure that we fix the broken politics and we fix the stolen elections and we fix the issue of governance, have a new government in Zimbabwe, have a legitimate government in Zimbabwe, return Zimbabwe to majority rule, majority happiness, and majority prosperity.